welcome to another full body workout. Again, we're going to kind of keep your format changing, but again, this one's still going to be full body. A little more cardio in this one, so you'll definitely get that heart rate up a little bit. We are going to do sets of 4 exercises. So we're going to do 4 exercises, and then we'll move on from each set there. So I will run through each exercise with you, and then I'll have you do it. I'm going to have you guys do about 10 to 12, give or take. It might be a little off because I'm going to keep this on time, kind of a bit of a time. Not timed intervals like some of our other workouts, but so 10 to 12, give or take. So make sure you're counting as you go so I can kind of talk and cue you guys through your exercises. All right, let's get started here. We are going to start off with a mountain climber push-up combo. So, our mountain climbers, where we're in our plank, we're going to tuck one knee up, the other knee up, and then push up. So, knee up, push up. All right, let's get that going. Again, I'm going to have you give me about 10 to 12 of those. Go ahead and get those push-ups, those mountain climbers going. So, it's just one knee per side, and then pushing up, just normal wide push-up. On those mountain climbers, keep that body straight. So really for your push-up and your mountain climber, you want that nice flat plank-like position. You do not want to be letting your back kind of tuck, your hips tuck under, keep that tummy strong. Inhale as you come down on that push-up, exhale as you press up. Keep those shoulders relaxed for all of it. So don't shrug up, keep those shoulders down and loose. Inhale down, exhale up, tucking those knees. As you tuck those knees up in your mountain climber, make sure we're not tucking our hips. We don't want to round our spine. Tuck, step, and push it up for me. Give me about 2 or 3 more depending on where you're at. Nice deep breath, strong core muscles, relaxed shoulders. Perfect. All right, we're going to move into your next exercise. You're going to be down on the floor for me. Maggie's going to be excited. She'll probably join me for this one. DJ, clients. All right, come on down to the floor for me. Hands are going to be at your side. We're going to bring those legs back into our tabletop position. I'm going to have you reach one leg out and then the other. If you need to modify this, have one foot on the ground and just do one leg at a time. Do about 10 to 12 and then switch legs. That's your modification. All right, let's get going. On that floor, long leg extensions for me. 10 to 12 per side. On these long leg extensions, keep your hips down. Keep your spine neutral. So what I mean by that is have that little arch in the small of your back, but don't let your back arch up and down. Keep kind of from your rib cage up, anchored on the floor, your hips anchored on the floor, and your shoulders relaxed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Nice and slow control. So you don't want to shoot those legs really quick. We don't want to kind of bounce through it. We want to keep our core strong and engaged as you reach, tuck, reach, tuck. Good. Keep that going for me. Good deep breaths, relax shoulders, get those low tummy muscles engaged. Give me about 4 more, again, depending on where you're at. Give me about 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, guys. If your timing's a little off for me, if you're already done by the time I count you down, or you still have a few more to go, kind of just work with it again. I'm just trying to kind of give us a format, but keep this on so we're not doing like a 45-minute workout here. Not that there's anything wrong with that. All right, guys. Next exercise is going to be Superman. So again, we're going to stay down on the floor. Should have told you that in case you were already up. We're going to stay down on the floor. We're going to turn over onto our tummies here. Let me turn sideways. Arms are going to be out like we're flying, like we're Superman. We are going to exhale. We're going to lift our upper body and our arms up and inhale, tap down. Exhale up, inhale, tap. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, and go. Get those Supermen going. Important things when you're doing Superman is it's not a huge lift up off the ground. We don't want a ton of back extension here. It's just enough to kind of lift your chin and your chest just barely up off the floor and right back down. We don't want to overdo it through that back. We just want to engage that back and kind of get a little bit of strength work posteriorly through that core. Really push your hip bones down into the floor as you lift up. That'll kind of help give you a little bit of stability here. So inhale as you come down to the floor and exhale as you lift up. So again, this is you flat. When you lift, you're not lifting a ton. It's just a little movement. We're not throwing a ton of motion into that back. Nice deep breaths. Inhale down, Exhale as you lift. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, excellent job, guys. All right, stand on the floor, but turn over onto your backs. We're going to go into some long leg lifts, single leg lifts here. So, on your back, feet are going straight up to the ceiling, hands at your side. We're going to lower one leg and then the other. Again, for this, if you need to bring one leg down and do one leg lifts at a time, do 10 to 12 and then switch, that's totally fine. You can do it that way, or you can alternate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your choice. Let's get going though. So again, keeping those hands pressed down at your side. So really press those palms into the floor so we don't shrug up. Reach those hands down towards your hips, kind of towards the floor. Reach for the end of the floor. As you inhale and lower those legs, I want you to think about keeping that core strong, that spine neutral. If you feel your spine arching up and down, you're probably going too far to the floor with that leg. Shorten up your range of motion. It doesn't have to go all the way to the floor to be a quality leg lift. As long as you're getting some engagement through your tummy, that's all I want. So if you're only moving about 10 degrees, 15 degrees down and up, I'm cool with that. Again, I want you to maintain the integrity of the exercise. Keep that spine nice and neutral as you're working. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, guys. We're going to run through that all one more time, a little bit quicker though, because 1, I'm not explaining. 2, we're not going to do as many. So, same thing. This time we're going to shoot for 8 to 10 of each. We're going back to that mountain climb and push up. So, coming up, find your counter, use the couch, whatever you're using, but let's go. We're going to tuck, and push up. So, tuck those knees in that mountain climber and push up. Good. If you're going to kind of jog those knees, you can make it a little quicker. What I mean by that is you can kind of jog, push up. Jog, push up. Or you can step, tap. That is up to you. But 8 to 10, push up, mountain climb, push up, depending on which way you start there. Keep that tummy strong, keep that back flat. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. All right, coming back down on the floor. We are going to be on the floor for your next 3 exercises. So, leg extensions to start. Knees in legs in tabletop, knees right over your hips, hands at your side. Reaching one leg out and then the other. Nice and slow. Let's go. Reaching one leg and then the other. Good. So, on the floor, neutral spine. Press those palms down into the floor. Good. Reaching those legs out long. If you feel your spine arching up and down, don't reach as far out or reach your legs a little more towards the ceiling rather than the floor. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Turning over onto your back. Onto your stomach, I'm sorry. We're going to go into that Superman. So arms out long, legs behind you. We're going to exhale, lift up, inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Really push your hip bones forward into the floor. And again, notice I'm not lifting a huge amount up off the floor. I'm just barely getting my chest up and my shoulders and my chin. So exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep that going. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down onto your back. So turn back over onto your back. We're going to go back to those toe taps. So again, legs in tabletop, moving from your hip, tapping one toe down and then the other. Go ahead and let's get going. Again, if you need to do this one leg at a time and do like 8 to 10 on one leg and then 8 to 10 on the other leg, that's totally fine. Work wherever you need to. Inhale, exhale. Again, you don't have to tap all the way to the floor either. If you feel that back arching up, don't go quite so far down. Shorten up your range of motion. Inhale down, exhale up. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Maggie was feeling left out. She felt like she needed to share the camera angle here a little bit. All right, guys. Take a break. Shake everything out. That was your first set. Let's move on to your second set of work. All right. We're going to do a squat press. So, grab both of your weights for me, or one. Again, it's up to you. Either both weights at your side or one at your chest. We're going to sit back in those hips. Press up to the ceiling. Inhale down. Exhale up. Let's get going. Give me 10 to 12 right here. Sit back in those hips. Power it up for me. So I want you to move with a little bit of speed here just to get your heart rate up. But don't go so fast that you lose the integrity of your squat and that shoulder press. So hips are going back. Load those legs. As you stand up tall, keep that tummy strong. Press that weight straight up to the ceiling. Inhale down. Exhale up. Make sure we're not throwing into that back as we push overhead. Give me about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, guys. All right. We're going to go back to a push-up. We're going to do a pulse push-up here. So, long legs back. What you're going to do, you're going to come into your push-up and hold it and give me a little pulse and then press all the way up. So, coming down, give me a little pulse at the bottom and then press it up. All right, let's get going. Walk those legs back, get into your push-up position. Let's go. Inhale, lower that chest down. Hold it. Give me a little half push-up and back down, and then press all the way up. Good. So in that push-up, you're going to hold it. Give me a little pulse up and down, and then press right back up. 10 to 12 right there. Same thing on this, guys. As you come down, keep your core strong. We don't want to arch that back or dip that spine. Keep that tummy strong. Little pulse and press. Coming down, little pulse, and press all the way up. Good. Keep that going. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. All right. Next exercise, we're going to do an overhead tricep extension. Definitely one weight for this. One weight. We're going up overhead. I should probably kneel down so you can see this. Weight up to the ceiling. What we're going to do, we're going to take that weight back and then press it straight up. Inhale down, exhale up. Keep that going. Let's get going here. As you take it back, try not to let your elbows chicken wing out. Think about pulling your elbows together as you lift up. So inhale down and lift. Keeping those elbows in close. So we don't want chicken wings out to the side. We want them in nice and close. Keep that tummy strong. Let's go for 10 or 12 right there. Keeping that tummy strong. So what I mean by that is, a lot of times when we bring that weight back, we want to lean with it. Don't. Strong, strong core. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, next exercise in this set before we repeat is our plank up. So again, you can do these counter, bench, chair, couch, floor, wherever you want. Your plank up, you are going to be in a straight arm plank. You're going to come down on your forearms. Press right back up on your straight arms. I think you can probably see a little better here on the couch. So, straight arms, forearms, straight arms. We're just going to keep that going. Coming down, pressing up. All right, pick where you're going to do it, and let's go. So, straight arms. Come down on your forearm, forearm, press up, press up. Forearm, forearm, press up, press up. Keep that going for me. Nice, deep breaths. Don't worry about switching arms. Stay on the same one, but pay attention which arm you're bending down with first and pressing up with first, because we're going to reverse it on the other one when we do our second set. Keep that tummy lifted. When we start adding a lot of movement into an exercise, a lot of times you tend to lose your form, so keep your core strong. Tuck that rib cage up into your spine. Keep that plank up going for me. So inhale down, exhale up. Forearm, forearm, straight arm, straight arm. Keep that going for me, guys. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. All right, we're going to repeat all that. We're going to pick up the speed a little bit, though. Again, because we're only doing 8 to 10, I'm not going to talk as much. So grab your weights, double weights or single weight. We're going to squat press. Let's go. Sit back in those hips, press up tall. Sit back in those hips, press it up tall. Good. Keep that going for me. Only sit back in those hips as much as what feels comfortable for you. So it doesn't have to be a really big range of motion, as long as your hips are going backwards and not forwards. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set that weight down. We're going to go back to that double pulse push-up. Say that 10 times fast. And then we'll go. All right, so find your push-up position wherever you are doing it. Inhale, come down. Give me that little pulse and press it up. Let's keep that going. 8 to 10, just like that. Pressing through that chest. As you do that little bit of a pulse, keep your shoulders down. Don't shrug up. It's easy to kind of get up into your neck and your shoulders. Inhale down, little pulse, pulse. Exhale, press it up. Keep that rib cage lifted. I know I keep saying it over and over, but it's so important, and it's things that we always forget about. We forget about our spine. We forget about our neck and our shoulders. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Grab a single weight. We're going to go back to that tricep extension. So, 1 weight. We're going to bring it straight up to the ceiling. We're going to lower it back, pressing up. Inhale down, exhale up. So again, as we're doing this, we want to keep our elbows in really close. We don't want to chicken wing out to the side. Keep that tummy strong, almost like I put a string on the top of your head and I just lifted you up into pretty tall posture. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, back to your plank ups. Finish this set up. So in that plank up, you're going to switch arms. So if you were pressing up first with your right arm, we're going to do it left now. So start straight arms. Come down on your forearm. Forearm, press up, press up. Forearm, forearm, press up, press up. Keep that going for me. Forearm, forearm, straight arm, straight arm. Forearm, forearm, straight arm, straight arm. Keep that tummy lifted and strong. Again, once we start kind of adding some movement into these exercises, such as your plank, it's easy to kind of lose that integrity, so don't do it. Inhale down, exhale, press. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, guys. All right. Done with set 2. Let's move on to set 3. We're going to start with the sumo squat. So you can use 2 weights or 1 weight. It is up to you. Hold it at your chest, whether you're using 1 or 2. So if you're using 2, it's going to look like this. If you're using 1, it's going to be here. A wide stance, so wider than what you normally would, wider than your hips. As wide as what feels comfortable. So I know you're going to have different ranges of motion, but if you need to be shorter, keep it in. Just give me what you can. Toes are going to be slightly turned out. Maggie's blocking that, sorry, but I'm just slightly turned out in my ankle. We're going to inhale down into those hips and exhale up. So similar to your squat, just in a wider stance, using more of these inner thighs. All right, let's get going for me. 10 to 12 sumo squats, holding that weight at your chest or weights at your chest. Inhale down, exhale, press up. So kind of dropping down into that well between your feet. Hips are still going back, spine still staying straight. We're not losing any of that posture integrity or anything. Inhale down, squeeze through your glutes, pull those inner thighs in as you lift up. Keep that going. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. Let's go to your next exercise. We are going to do a squat pulse, squat hold. So I know, lots of squat work, I'm sorry. This one we are going to do holding onto the counter though. So everybody's doing it on the counter. You're going to sit back in your hips and we're just going to pulse up and down 10 to 12 times in that squat. So go ahead, sit back in those hips. Again, really sit back deep into your hips so that your hips are away from your body. Your knees aren't shooting forward. Hold that squat and just pulse up and down. Don't bounce, control it. 10 to 12 times. Wiggle your toes. Keep the weight in your heels. Inhale, exhale. Short little breaths to kind of match that pulse of that squat. Going up, down, up, down. Squeeze that booty for me. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right. We're going to work into our plank a little bit here, but we're going to add some movement, add a little bit of compound work with it. So you're going to be in your plank again. I'm going to demonstrate on the counter because it's easier to show. You can do it on the couch, on a chair. It's up to you. But in your plank, a straight arm plank, we're going to tap shoulder, shoulder, 10 to 12 times per side. So from the front, if you're doing it on the floor, you're going to be tap, 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 tap. No matter where you're doing it, that's what you're doing. Let's get going. Get in your plank and let's go. Tapping those shoulders for me. So kind of shifting that weight from one arm to the other. Tapping those shoulders. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, exhale. Good. Kind of inhale one direction, exhale the opposite. Strong cores. Again, doing it on the counter. a chair, the sofa, the floor, that is up to you, a little stair step, your choice. Do those planks, tap, tap, don't rush through them, go slow, go controlled. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. We are going to do a lunge with a knee up. We're not going to use the counter for this one, though. I want you to have to work to stabilize a little bit more. So that means your lunge doesn't have to be as big. The other thing you can do if you want to kind of modify this a little bit, do a little more work, is go to a staircase and do a step up. So if you're going to do that, go ahead and hit pause when you go to do it, because you're probably going to need to leave where you're at. So you can do a little lunge, knee up. Little lunge, knee up. Or you can go to a staircase and put your foot up on a step or 2 steps up and pulling up, reaching back, kneeing up, reaching back. Staircase is going to be a little bit more work. It's your choice. If you're going to go to the stairs, go ahead and hit pause. Give me 10 to 12 per leg. If you're just going to do the lunge knee up, let's get going. Stepping back, kneeing up. Step back, knee up. So again, this doesn't have to be as big of a lunge as some of the rear lunging work that I do when I have you doing it with weights. Just kind of want you to shift that weight into that front leg, find that stability. So again, it's more about stability and strength. Good. Good. Keep that going. 10 to 12, and then we'll switch legs. Really squeeze through that glute as you stand up tall. You're going to feel kind of these hips working a little bit too, because that leg's having to stabilize as we pull that knee up so you don't just kind of weeble wobble all over. Nice deep breaths though. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And again, it doesn't have to be a huge, massive lunge. Just keep it nice and short. Focus on that standing up tall, really driving up through that heel to come up tall. Good, 10 to 12 per side. Keep that going. Nice deep breaths, relax shoulders, engage tummy muscles. Roughly, give or take, depending on where you're at, give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, guys. Shake those legs out. All right, if you're coming back from the stairs, excellent job. Work wherever you feel most comfortable. Let's repeat that little set. So 1 weight or 2 weights at your chest. Wide step. We're going into your sumo squat. Toes slightly turned out. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Wiggle your toes for me. Make sure the weight is in your heels. Keep that chest up. Inhale down. Exhale, press. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right. Into, excuse me, squats for me. So both weights. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong line item on our worksheet. We're doing your squat pulses for me. Sorry, guys. So no weights. Holding onto the counter. Feet hip width apart. Sit back in your hips and just pulse it out for me. Hold that squat and pulse. Good little pulses up, down, but control it. Don't bounce. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come up, shake those legs out. That starts to burn those glutes after a little bit. All right, we're going to go back to your plank. Shoulder tap. So go ahead and go to wherever you are planking, where you feel comfortable. Go ahead and press up on your straight arms, and let's get those shoulder taps going. So in that plank, tap, 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 tap. Good. 8 to 10 per side. Nice flat line from our heels all the way up to our head. Inhale, exhale as you tap those hands from one shoulder to the other. So we're getting that core work, we're getting that arm work, that chest work, and we're really working a lot of parts on this one, which is excellent. Nice compound little exercise here. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We're going to go back to either that lunge, knee up, or your step up on the stairs. It's your choice again. If you're doing your step ups on the stairs, give me 8 to 10 per side. Hit pause. Go do them. If you're doing the lunge, stay here. Little knee back. Stepping up tall. Little lunge back. Coming up tall. Again, when you're doing these, focus on your alignment. Every now and then, do a little posture check. Make sure that your front leg is nice and straight. Again, we're not diving in, we're not rolling out, but it's hip, knee, ankle, nice and straight. Good. Squeeze that booty as you stand up tall. That's what's really going to help stabilize you. That's what we're trying to work here, is that glute. Inhale back, exhale up. Good. 8 to 10 per side for me. Little step back, kneeing up. As you stand up tall, pull that tummy in tight. That's what's going to kind of help lift you and get that core engaged, give you that spinal stability. Good, which is really what we're working on. Again, another kind of compound exercise here, working a couple different aspects of strength and wellness all in one exercise. Very, very nice, guys. Keep that going for me. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, last set. 3 sets down. You got 1 to go. You got this. Let's finish this up strong. All right, from here we are going to do a nice lateral lunge. So 1 weight at your chest. We're going to sidestep one direction, up together, sidestep the opposite direction. So we're going to alternate sides here. Let's get going. Step out into that hip, coming up tall. Step out into that hip, coming up tall. Cool thing about these kind of lateral lunges is you get a nice little stretch through your inner thigh on your other side. The other thing is I'm taking a really big step. If you can do that, awesome. But keep it short if you need to. The important thing here is that we're shifting our booty kind of back and loading this median glute right here. That's the important part here. So if you can't take a huge step or sit back in that hip, that's okay. The exercise isn't lost for you. Just get a shorter step and just stick that hip back, coming up tall. So you're getting a good little bit of back work in here too, because that back's having to kind of stabilize as you're shifting your weight laterally. So again, nice little bit of core work, posterior core work, lots of median glute work, lots of abduction, kind of down the outside of this thigh. Keep that going, 10 to 12 per side. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come down on the floor. I know you guys love it when I have you up and down and up and down. But we're going to come down on the floor. We're going to do some side leg lifts, which I know sound like very Denise Austin-ish. But they actually really do kind of have their place. So we're going to be on our side, and I want you lifted up on your forearm. I don't want you laying down supporting your head, because I want this torso to have to be elevated so that your tummy's working. So you're in one long line, almost like you're doing a side plank, kind of lifting up from your hip, lifting up through your side. We're going to lift, tap, lift, tap. Really squeeze this thigh as you lift. Give me 10 to 12 per side. So again, I don't know, yeah, you can see over Maggie. See how I'm kind of lifted right here? Again, I'm lifting from my hip up. I'm lifting through my tummy up. I'm lifting through my chest up. So this is all engaged while I do these nice controlled leg lifts. Again, don't just kind of flop that leg up and down. Squeeze those muscles as you lift and lower for me. Lift as high as what feels comfortable and tap down. It doesn't have to be huge. Just give me what you can. Give me 10 to 12 and then switch sides for me. Same thing, same kind of lifted on your forearm and your hip. So we're really working this underneath side that's down, that's kind of angled towards the floor. Again, getting that little bit of core work in while we get all this leg work in. Keep that going for me, guys. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Stay on the floor. Don't get up. Turn onto your back. We're just going to do a basic crunch. So on the floor, knees bent, feet on the ground. Find that neutral spine. Bring your hands behind your head. Give me a nice inhale on the floor where you are. And exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and curl up to the tips of your shoulder blades. And inhale, lay back down. Exhale, crunch up, chin to your chest. Inhale, roll it down. Keep that going for me. So again, really pull your rib cage into your spine. As you crunch up, a lot of times our hips want to kind of curl with us. Don't. Keep your booty stuck down into the floor so that you kind of keep this kind of hip to floor connection. You keep that deep transverse abdominal engaged. Support your head with your hands. We're not pulling with our arms. We're just supporting. So as you exhale, your chin comes to your chest. Lift up on the tips of your shoulder blades. Inhale, lay it back down. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Come back up off that floor. Let's run through it one more time. We have those side lunges. So coming on up, side lunges, 1 weight at your chest. We're going to take a nice step out. Weight stays in our heel, coming up and together, alternating sides. Let's go. Inhale out, exhale up. Inhale out, exhale up. Again, when you step out, shift that weight into your heel. So those toes, you should be able to wiggle your toes. The weight's in your heel so you can really drive posteriorly through your hamstring, your glute, most importantly your glute. Inhale out, exhale up and together. Keep that going for me, guys. Nice deep breaths, keeping that posture tall as you stand up. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down onto the floor for me. We're going to go back into that kind of side plank, that kind of modified side plank with that leg lift. So laying down on your side, body's in a nice long line. So head, torso, legs all one straight line. On your forearm, lift up through this tummy, and let's go. Lift in that leg, that top leg. Lift up, tap down. And again, don't just kind of lift up and down and without kind of control. Really squeeze that leg. Allow that leg to come up and then allow the leg to come down. Don't just kind of let it fall down to the ground. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides for me. Again, really lift up from your hip, from this rib cage. You don't want to like overarch through your side as you lift. You want to keep a nice straight line, but don't just kind of slack and slump into it either. All right, long leg, squeeze that quad, squeeze your hamstring as you lift and lower. Exhale as you lift that leg. Inhale, lower down. Keep that going for me. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn onto your back. Last set of crunches, and you're done. All right, so on your back. Knees are going to be bent. Feet on the floor. Hands behind your head. Give me a deep breath in right where you are. Fill those lungs up. And exhale. Tuck that chin to your chest and crunch up to the tips of those shoulder blades. Up, 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 up. And inhale, roll it down. Exhale, curl up on the tips of those shoulder blades. And inhale, roll it down. Keep that going. Focus on your hips and your booty. As you crunch up, don't let those hips kind of rock up. Push those hips down into the floor. Maintain that little bitty arch in the small of your back. You don't want to feel the small of your back dump down and push into the floor. If you are, you're losing all of this deep transverse abdominal work. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just like that, you're done. Great work. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.